Itachi and Kisame are back. Pain. The land of rain, the central tower. Hanzo is dead, and now it is Nagato, who calls himself a god, who replaces Hanzo, or in other words, succeeds Hanzo in ruling the land of rain. Have you seen Teacher Jiraiya? Nagato sits in a wheelchair, overlooking everything in the land of rain. It was drizzling, and although there was no sunlight, the kingdom of rain was full of vitality. I saw. He took Nine Tails Jinchuriki to the land of fire to find Tsunade and return to Konoha to succeed him. Calculating the time, Konoha should be carrying out the succession ceremony for the purpose of the 5th generation. Konan responded. 5th Hokage. Hey. Nagato chuckled. Ms. Jiraiya, after all, I still have no interest in Hokage. Konan said nothing. Standing silently behind Nagato, looking out the window at the rain scene in the country of rain. 3rd Tsuchikage has sent another mission request, asking us to test Konoha symbolically. After the battle between Konoha and Sand Shinobi, the ninja world is afraid that a new round of war will start again. War. Sensitive vocabulary. Akatsuki was born in war. The first-generation Mushou organization was founded by 3 children who were displaced by the war. Experienced pain, experienced transformation. The current Akatsuki organization is stronger and its beliefs are stronger. Sand Shinobi's one-tailed Jinchuriki was detained in Konoha, and the village's elite also lost a lot. Konan said in a deep voice, compared to Sand Shinobi, although Konoha's vitality is also greatly injured, but he has gained a one-tailed Jinchuriki. For Konoha. Konan hesitated to speak. But Nagato shook his head. This is not a good thing for Konoha. Konoha is strong. In previous ninja wars, although they had the most powerful 9 tails in their hands, they never used them. And this time. Hee. Nagato sneered. Under the governance of 3rd Hokage, Konoha is not as good as before. Look, Konan. The rest of Shinobu village will not give up this opportunity to attack Konoha while taking advantage of the chaos. The war is about to start again. Nagato's eyes gradually turned cold. The wings of the gods are about to be full. Shao organization's plan should also take advantage of this time to speed up the progress. But we may have some problems with our manpower recently. Konan frowned. Uchiha Itachi and Kanpei Kisame are not in great shape, and Nine Tails Jinchuriki is more difficult to deal with than we thought. They may have to fix it for a while. The angle is similar to Hidan's situation. Hidan doesn't care, but Kakuzu has only 1 heart left. Nagato was a little displeased when he heard that. Didn't they fight each other? Why? According to Kakuzu, it was the Nine Tails Jinchuriki who spotted them, initiated the attack, and what? Nagato asked. Konan exhaled, his eyes were also a little hesitant. According to Kakuzu, the abilities of the 2 of them seem to have been leaked to a certain extent. Especially Hidan. The Nine Tails Jinchuriki seem to know all about the abilities taught by the evil god. Kakuzu. Suspected to be Uchiha Itachi, who leaked information about members of the Akatsuki organization when he returned to Konoha. Heard the words. Nagato pondered for a long time. Uchiha Itachi. An organization composed of a group of rebels. Nagato never intended to make these people so loyal from the beginning. Do not use suspicious people, and do not doubt employing people. He didn't think there was a problem until the members finally defected. Uchiha Itachi had a problem, and he knew it from the beginning. But as long as Uchiha Itachi is still working for the Akatsuki organization, what is his attribute and what is the importance? It's okay. His eyes still can't see through Pain's secret. Let's wait and see for a while. Tell Scorpion and Deidara to hurry up and kill Orochimaru. The existence of this guy makes me sicker than Uchiha Itachi. Naruto returns to Konoha. Shadow Clone also returned a lot of information. One is that Tsunade successfully succeeded to the throne, and the voice in the village is also very high. Secondly, the news that Sasuke became a traitor also spread. Kakashi chooses to give Sasuke a chance, taking him on a spy mission and approaching Orochimaru. The play has to be realistic enough. Now Sasuke is indeed Konoha's rebel. It's just that the judgment is not so straightforward. However, the curse is indeed for power, and I got on the big snake. This has never changed. As for the future of this guy, Depends on what Itachi has to say. He is too lazy to care. Sasuke became a rebel. The 7th class also lost one member. This is also just the thing for Naruto. It should not be used for the time being to perform tasks or something. He could have waited generously. Naruto went home, picked up the fishing rod, and went out to fish. Still by the small lake. Or that with the fishing rod. Over the years, the location has not changed, nor has the tool. Just missing a fishing line. However, Naruto is too lazy to buy it, and directly uses chakra to condense the thread without much effort. After going out for a while, Naruto's mood improved a lot. The Monados fell into a deep sleep. For him, it felt like a vacation. I secretly took out wood style for a bit of fun, but it should be said or not, wood style is actually just like that. Not for a while. A fat fish was lifted up. Naruto expertly handles offal, live, and grilled fish. Sprinkle with dressing. The flavors are as delicious as ever. It's a pity that the good times don't pan out. Before Naruto finished eating the grilled fish, he sensed the arrival of 2 breaths. One is Anbu's, and it should be loyal to Tsunade now. And the other one is Shizune's. I found you, Naruto-kun. Shizune came to Naruto. Master Tsunade is looking for you everywhere, go to the Hokage building. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Looking for him? It should be Minato and Kushina. Orochimaru and Sand Shinobi just got kicked out. The guys are dishonest in no time. Hit me if you want. Hit me to death. Hit to the ninja board until one of the 2 sides disappears. Before Naruto reached Hokage's office, he heard Tsunade's furious voice from a distance. He couldn't help but stop and turn to look at Shizune. Are you sure you want me to go in now? They seem to be talking about something extraordinary. Shizune also hesitated. These things seem to be really not for Naruto's age. Let him in, Shizune. At this time, Tsunade's voice sounded again. Shizune exhaled and opened the door for Naruto. Naruto bit the bullet and walked in. But they found that standing inside were the 2 elders of Konoha, and Nara Shirju, the patriarch of the Nara clan. Naruto immediately regretted coming in. You can tell at a glance that the group relationship is very troublesome. Is there something wrong, Mr. 5th generation? Naruto raised his hand and asked. Before Tsunade responded, Udatain Kaharu spoke first. Uzumaki Naruto. Is your father, 4th Hokage, still asleep? Sure enough, he came to find Minato. Naruto sighed. It was eventful. Even if he wiped out the Akatsuki organization now, Konoha might not be able to settle down. No. Naruto glanced at Udatain Kaharu, then looked at Tsunamu. Say no more. This indifferent attitude made Udatain Kaharu a little displeased. Then can you try to wake them up? After all. Cannot. Naruto responded simply. Sand Shinobi and Otogakure invade Konoha. While Konoha was victorious, she also gained 1-tailed Jinchuriki. Gaara is still being imprisoned in the Konoha barrier squad. No matter from which angle. Right now, it is the best time to launch a second attack on Konoha. Obvious. Naruto can see it, and so can the other 3 major ninja villages. It has not been a day and a half since the 5 great ninja villages and the 5 great nations have coveted the fertile territory of the Land of Fire. Maybe the war will start soon. Naruto doesn't want to go in this muddy water. Have you tried? Why not? Naruto's decisive response immediately aroused Mitokado Homura's dissatisfaction. We obviously only talked to Minato the other day. Now Konoha is about to face a war. As the 4th Hokage, how can he let it go? Heard the words. Tsunade frowned gradually. But he didn't say anything, but looked at Naruto. Gave him a puzzled look. Tsunade was indeed puzzled. Because from the first time she met Naruto, Jiraiya said that the Minatos wanted to meet her. But it's all up to now. Tsunade was actually somewhat worried. She didn't know what happened to the couple. But she knew that it was impossible to last long with only one consciousness left by chakra. Since the 2 elders have talked with them, they should know what their situation is now. What else is there? Naruto stared at the 2 elders expressionlessly with a pair of dead fish eyes. If I remember correctly, my dad should have said, "Let you stay away from me?" You also know him as Hokage, 4th Hokage. He is very clear about what the 2 elders are thinking. So, Stop wasting your efforts. Very interesting. Now that I think about it, Minato is the fourth Hokage? These so-called high-level elders. Hee. Before his death, Minato was probably just a toolman in their eyes. It is outrageous to plan to use it even after death. What nonsense are you talking about? Udatain Kaharu hit the spot. I am Konoha's advisor, Konoha's elder. It was your father who. The voice stopped abruptly. In Naruto's dead fish eyes, the pupils suddenly turned into vertical pupils. My lord. Go on. The chakra on Naruto slowly spread. It's not obvious, and he doesn't have a tailed beast coat on his body. But the cold breath is directed at Udatain Kaharu. I remember what my father once told you. Elder Konoha, it's not like he hasn't killed before. Naruto looked directly at the two elders. Tsunade raised his eyebrows and leaned back in the chair with his chest crossed. The two elders. In my place, it's really disgusting. Why do you think that our family can be subdued by lip service? Do you believe it? If they are awake now, then the two of you can already go to see Elder Danzo? Naruto said without hesitation. Is it necessary to cover up? Not at all. Minato covered up a bit when he killed Danzo. But when Sarutobi Hiruzen was tried, it was carried out in front of the entire Chunin assessment venue, in front of everyone. Since then, for Konoha, Naruto no longer needs to hide. As long as he wants, he can knead Konoha into the shape he wants. Two guys who have been eliminated by the times, don't talk about big things. The only thing you two are worthy of respect is that you have self-knowledge, and you don't have illusions about Hokage. Otherwise, I definitely don't plan to keep this Konoha. Naruto finished. Regardless of their expressions, their eyes returned to Tsunade. Tsunade gave him a playful look. Naruto also raised his eyebrows in response. Little devil, don't talk nonsense. The two elders have dedicated their whole lives to Konoha. How can you say that? When your parents come out, don't blame me for letting them teach you a lesson. It can be seen that Tsunade is also very unhappy with these two elders. Those who rely on the old and sell the old all day long are the second best. She just took office, and the two elders came to point fingers, which is really annoying. But Naruto can't be so outspoken. Among other things, the two elders would be a great pill to help manage Konoha's affairs. After Naruto's unabashed slam, the two elders left in a huff. That's the way it is. Minato had already warned the two. The two elders did not take it seriously. It's just that the current situation is turbulent, and Sleepy Yi is in urgent need of high-end combat power. In the eyes of the two elders, there is no reason for them to embarrass the Minatos in this situation. After all, no matter what, Minato is also fourth Hokage. But Naruto's attitude directly poured cold water on the two of them. Coupled with Tsunade's inaction, the two elders didn't even have the opening to exert pressure. He could only leave angrily. After the two elders left, Tsunade looked around Naruto with great interest. Okay. I can't see it, kid. It's quite courageous. 257. Tsunade's first impression of Naruto was still the boy who took out money from his backpack. It feels a little honest, a little dull. It's completely different from Minato and Kushina. So much so that when she saw it for the first time, unexpectedly, they didn't recognize that this was the child of those two. But if you offend these two old guys, it's not a big problem. Wait another 10 or 20 years, I'm afraid they won't be able to get in the way of your business, hey. Tsunade snorted, still feeling very upset with the two elders. Naruto said nothing. 10 or 20 years. If I remember correctly, these two will live until Boruto passes on. It's pretty good, but it's none of his business either. He doesn't want to be Hokage, and he doesn't want to stay in Konoha. How can anything hinder him? What made Naruto even more curious was, Tsunade called him here today. What is it for? Anyway, it seems that there should be no need to ask Minato to come out. Sasuke has already betrayed. Kakashi also explained the specific situation to me. As soon as the topic changed, Tsunade suddenly stepped into the topic. He looked at Naruto seriously. I want to know what you think. Naruto froze for a moment. What can he think? Should I tell Tsunade that he's going to take Orochimaru's soul? Naruto chose to remain silent. Tsunade rested his chin on his hands and looked at Naruto quietly. I can tell. Naruto probably doesn't know about Jiraiya's plan. That idiot. When this time comes, I still plan to pretend to be a hero. In Tsunade's view, this is irrational, but this is Jiraiya. This is Sannin. No one can persuade anyone. Check and balance each other and cooperate with each other. If you don't think about it, don't say it first. Shizune. Tsunade called out. Immediately afterwards, Shizune walked in from the office door, holding a piece of molly in his hand. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Anyway, you have passed the Chunin assessment. Although it was destroyed by Orochimaru, it was unanimously decided by the village's senior management. From today onwards, you are the Chunin of Konoha. Naruto glanced at Shizune. Congratulations, Naruto-kun. Shizune congratulated. Naruto took the vest silently, and didn't put it on, but instinctively paid attention to the 8-sign seal space. Still did not wake up. Confirmed, it is definitely not possible to wake up for the time being. Otherwise, Kushina must be extremely excited right now. Thank you. I know now. Naruto silently put on the vest that the original body had never worn in his life. It fits well. Tsunade and Shizune looked at Naruto, who put on the vest, and their eyes changed at the same time. Besides you, there are 2 other people who have been promoted to Chunin this time. Tsunade said. They will wait for you at Konoha #1 training ground. Naruto was stunned again. His promotion Chunin can understand. Now, the whole troubled Yi fell into his power. But besides him, there are actually 2 other people promoted to Chunin? Naruto reckons one of them is Shikamaru. Talented people cannot hide. This is the real master of bad performance. It's just his own talent, which can't be hidden from the eyes of the higher-ups. In the anime, the first to be promoted to Chunin among Konoha 12 Xiaoqiang is. But another person. I see. Although doubtful, Naruto didn't care too much. Whoever he is, you'll know it when you meet. You probably know what's going on with Konoha now. Tsunade said. Sasuke's rebellion. The 7th class is temporarily understaffed. I'm going to let little Sakura go to the medical class first, but you can't be idle. Go to the new team for a while and help me share some things. After a while, I will find other team members for you. Go ahead. The task or something has been handed over to your team members. Naruto nodded, then disappear. Wait until Naruto leaves. Tsunade and Shizune looked at each other. Both of them had complicated eyes. Then, they looked at the photo of the 4th generation on the wall together. Naruto-kun. Really looks like his father, Tsunade-sama. Yeah. Tsunade nodded. Besides character, this kid. Oh. A sigh. It means complicated. It is because she has never stepped on Konoha in the past 20 years. Also for myself, since I have already left, I finally decided to return. If I can be cruel and never come back, that's all. But, Tsunade-sama, if Naruto-kun is to leave Konoha, the higher-ups. Shizune hesitated to speak. The higher-ups are nothing. Tsunade snorted coldly. They were begging me to come back and succeed the 5th generation, but I didn't force them. I wasn't in Konoha before, but they let Kushina stay in Konoha for the rest of his life, and in the end even. I didn't come back. I don't care, but now that I'm back, Naruto must not follow Kushina's old path. Tsunade Haki sighed leak. She didn't intend to take care of Konoha's mess. Why did Minato say that to the elder? Isn't it just that he is completely disappointed with the village? This group of high-level. Naruto was right. Old guys who have been eliminated by the times, let's be more honest. For Tsunade's mission, Naruto wasn't paying much attention. According to Tsunade, their team is composed of newly promoted Chunin. Put the strength aside first. Now, the strength of the whole Konoha is just like that. The key is the tasks that the team can accept. Being idle in Konoha is also idle, and Naruto just wants to go out for a walk. The plan went well. But this world is not only the kingdom of leaves and fire. It's also quite interesting to say. He has not been to other places except for the waves. The territory of the Land of Fire has not been completed yet, especially for the other 4 major nations. Ninja world is not big, but he seems a bit ignorant. In this way, Naruto came to Konoha #1 training ground. Two figures in green vests had been waiting for a long time. Here we come. Naruto-kun. Mr. Naruto. One as Shikamaru and the other as Xiao Li. As expected, it makes sense. This version of Xiao Li has been enhanced. I practiced with Guy for 5 years in advance. In the anime, when Xiao Li opens the 8th gate by Guy, he can also open the 6th gate. Now there are 5 more years of practice. Leaving aside what will happen in the future, it is only natural to become a Chunin with his current strength. I knew you would be on the list to be promoted to Chunin, alas. Shikamaru sighed, looking a little depressed. On the contrary, it formed a strong contrast with Xiao Li. It's only natural for Naruto-kun to become a Chunin, but it's me, who didn't even make it to the preliminaries, but was accepted by the 5th generation. Xiao Li clenched his fists and said very excitedly. Naruto silently ducked aside, looking at Shikamaru. By the way, what is the mission? Master Tsunade seems to be in a hurry. When the task was mentioned, Shikamaru's expression suddenly became more mournful. He pulled out a scroll and handed it to Naruto. See for yourself, it's not an easy task. Naruto took the scroll with some doubts. When he opened it, his expression gradually became strange. It's really not an easy task. The requirement is to go to some small countries to inform the local daimyo, Ye 5th Hokage has succeeded to the throne. Konoha's ninjas have never only accepted tasks from their own country. Other small countries, such as the Land of Waves, will give priority to entrusting Konoha when encountering difficulties. The 3 had to run a lap. Inform all small countries that Konoha has resumed operation. It's kind of like running a sales. There is no danger level, but the task load is a bit large. There are many small countries in the ninja world. And they are all over the place. It is obviously impossible to run in a lap without spending some time. It's okay. Naruto raised an eyebrow and returned the scroll to Shikamaru. Just what he wanted. Isn't that the same as traveling? Turn around and come back, just in time to clean up Nagato. There is no need to wait for Jiraiya to join. If only Orochimaru could be faster. When Jiraiya arrives in the Land of Rain, maybe what he sees is Minato. If you think it's okay, let's set off in the afternoon. Without Jonin leading the team, there are only 3 of us anyway. Shikamaru took back the scroll. He was also Tsunade's chosen captain. When I think about running so far, I have no energy at all. As Shikamaru said, he glanced at the minister next to him. This squad is a standard fighting squad. Xiao Li with pure physical skills, Naruto who has 9 tails Jinchuriki. With his IQ, he can probably guess something. The world of Genin is not peaceful, but Naruto as 9 tails Jinchuriki was directly paid by Tsunade. There must be something inside here. That's why Master Tsunade gave him another scroll. That's the real mission. Nothing, just regular reports. Make sure Naruto, not for any reason, returns to Konoha. So complicated. Why was he asked to do such a thing even though he hadn't passed the Chunin assessment? You sent that kid Naruto out? That evening, Hokage's office. Jiraiya scratched her head with a helpless expression. He originally wanted to confirm the location of Orochimaru with Naruto. Jiraiya is a little worried. With what he knew about Orochimaru, this guy should be able to guess something. Use special means to erase the mark of Flying Thunder God. Maybe this guy really can do it. So Jiraiya was somewhat anxious, and didn't even drink the flower wine. But when he found Naruto's home, only to find that Naruto has long since disappeared. Yeah. He's also Konoha's ninja, and I'm 5th Hokage. Isn't it normal to assign tasks to your subordinates? Tsunade looked at the document in his hand and said without raising his head. Normal, so normal. Jiraiya sneered. I just don't know. How long will he have to go? I'm still planning to take him to Mount Myoboku for practice. Jiraiya had guessed something. Tsunade looked up. Go to Mount Myoboku to practice at any time. Now Konoha is like this, you call me back, but you don't care about anything, are you embarrassed? Ah. Jiraiya kept scratching her head. There's nothing wrong with Tsunade's words, but the problem is. You don't want to think about that for now, Jiraiya. You are also Konoha's ninja, stay and help me first. Of course, if you insist on being a hero, I won't stop you. Tsunade stared at Jiraiya blankly. It's amazing, you leave with the front foot, and I will step down with the back foot. Think about it yourself. Tsunade has always been against Jiraiya's personal heroism. Especially this time. If it's just spying on information, Tsunade might still agree. But he intends to face that organization alone. Just for the old man's ninja way? Ridiculous. Jiraiya choked heavily. He wanted to refute, but he didn't know where to start. A long time. I can only sigh. Why are you doing this, Tsunade? Naruto was carrying his luggage on his back and was on his way out of the Land of Fire. The first stop is Kawa no Kuni, located between the Land of Fire and the Land of Feng. It can be regarded as one of the relatively large areas among many small countries. Shikamaru chose Kawa no Kuni as the first stop, after careful calculation. One is safety. Nowadays, the entire ninja world is not at peace, and all major ninja villages are actively preparing for battle, except for Sand Shinobi. Sand Shinobi, who is seriously injured, is a paper tiger. Of course, the strength of Sand Shinobi in its heyday was not very good. Start from the country of Kawa, and go around the small countries next to the country of Fire, which saves time and is efficient. When Naruto heard about Shikamaru's plan, he was a little surprised. Not surprised by Shikamaru's thoughtfulness. Crucially, in Shikamaru's plan, their second stop. It is the Land of Rain. The Land of Rain does not have a big name. Maybe there was once, but even if there was, it was hacked to death by Hanzo. Hanzo was once the leader of the Land of Rain. All the samurai and ninjas were included under his command, and the power was gathered for a while. Under the extremely inflated ambition, he even launched the Second Ninja World War for a time. Certainly. Although the Land of Rain launched the Second Ninja World War, the protagonist of that war was not the Land of Rain. In the early stage of the Second Ninja World War, in the eyes of the major ninja villages, it was just a joke. After Chiyo and Tsunade successively developed the antidote to counteract the Sansho toxin, the Kingdom of Rain was immediately defeated. Then it became a battlefield between the three major ninja villages. Otherwise, it will be the Third Ninja World War. Shao organization will not complete the transformation so quickly. Shikamaru. Do you know how long it will take us to go to the country of Kawano? Walking on the road, Naruto asked suddenly. If the second stop is the country of Rain, then his plan will have to be changed slightly. At the moment, Minato and Kushina may not be able to wake up for the time being. How long it will take Orochimaru to retrieve Minato's soul. But he could have dunked Rinnegan first, since we are going to the Land of Rain. It's better to take it together. There is no need for Jiraiya anyway. This. Although I have no experience in this field, but... Shikamaru thought for a moment, then held up a finger. If you count the distance, it must take a week. What, do you have something to do? No, just asking. Naruto shook his head. A week. Time is a little tight, but it's not a big problem. Going early and going late is the same, let nature take its course. The three of them kept moving forward at a basic speed. At the same time, Rain Country, Ghetto Statue. At this time, on the 10 fingers of the Ghetto Statue, there is a member of the Akatsuki organization standing. Scorpion and Deidara. Uchiha Itachi and Ganpei Kisame. Kakuzu and Hidan. Pain and Konan. And Ju and Afei. Today's people are here. Congratulations, intern. Are you a regular now? Kisame-ku eyes smiled and looked at Ah-Fei, who was wearing the Uzumaki mask. Ah-Fei made a 90-degree bow on the spot. Thank you, Senior Kisame, for your concern. Please take care of me seniors in the future. I will definitely work harder and strive to become a full-time member as soon as possible. Ah-Fei said in an exaggerated tone. Ghost Shark didn't continue to say anything. After eating a round of distinguished heavenly gods, he was brainwashed by Itachi one after another. The present Kisame has a very pure purpose. Destroying the Shao organization is not only the body of the Shao organization, but also the will of the Shao organization. Itachi was also silent. This man helped him massacre the entire Uchiha clan. The most unfathomable, and that enough of a plan to call it crazy. Itachi, I have seen that steel. Although I couldn't finish it, I probably knew the man's plan. This is a man who is more dangerous than the Akatsuki organization. The Shao organization is just a tool for this man. And Itachi was thinking right now. But it's not the Afei in front of him. It's another guy who is as dangerous as this guy. Nine Tails, Jinchuriki. The child who might become the second head of the Akatsuki organization. Itachi is very confused now. He is no match for Nine Tails Jinchuriki. But he wants to prevent things, or people. But there is Nine Tails Jinchuriki. If you can get Nine Tails Jinchuriki and this lunatic who calls himself Uchiha Madara, the relationship becomes hostile. That is naturally the best, but Itachi dare not. It is best to make the two hostile. I'm afraid that the two of them will think of going together. Tsk. Kakuzu-san is not bad, have you found a new heart? Kisame taunted Kakuzu every day. Kakuzu responded with a cold snort. It happens that one is missing. How about giving me yours? I will definitely make good use of it. Okay. Kisame directly raised his shark muscle broadsword. I'm still very happy to help the elderly. I'm afraid that the Samahata sword in my hand will not be willing. Deidara, the youngest, couldn't sit still when she heard that there was going to be a fight. Want to fight? Count me in. Hey! You two must not hide from me and fight, I will blow you all to death. Kakuzu immediately looked at Deidara. Little ghost, your heart is not bad. Ghost Shark also added a sentence. Little ghost head, let's go play with your own mud. The battle of adults is not suitable for you. To muddy the waters, Kisame is a professional. The three sides are about to fight, although they are all just projections of consciousness, but the smell of gunpowder is extremely strong. And at this time, Pain, who was used to all this, spoke up. Enough Pong. Pain spoke lightly, and everyone immediately fell silent. Know the organization and respect the strength. But so far, obviously, Pain is the most powerful one. I asked you to come here, not to quarrel. Currently, all major ninja villages have information to prove that the Fourth Ninja World War will start soon. Everyone. It's time for our action to begin. Pain's two sentences set the tone for today's Shao organization internal meeting. Plan? Deidara was taken aback for a moment, but his expression soon became crazy. Is it finally time to start chasing the tailed beast? I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Shut up. The unbearable Shie shouted coldly. Listen honestly, or I'll make you a specimen later. Deidara was yelled at by the scorpion, but chose to shut up directly. Standing obediently, but the excitement of this guy can still be seen from the restless eyes. Tisk. Old man scorpion, it seems. Kisame still wanted to continue to muddy the water. But it was interrupted by Itachi. Itachi just glanced at Kisame lightly, and Kisame understood instantly. The Akatsuki organization does not prohibit members from killing internally, and no one will care if the mission fails. But the Shao organization at this stage still has a certain balance. Absolutely. Seeing everyone quiet, Pain called out. Ju, who was covered in pitcher plants, nodded slightly. Now, the nine-tailed beasts are all outside except Mist Shinobi's three tails. The position of the tail beast has also changed to a certain extent. Ju is the intelligence director of the Akatsuki organization. The ability to detect intelligence is even comparable to the intelligence organizations of the 5 major countries. The positions of 7 tails in Long, 4 tails and 5 tails in Rock Shinobi have not changed, and the same goes for Saturn and 8 tails in Kaian. But apart from these two, the positions of the tailed beasts in all other ninja villages have changed. Never said lightly. First of all, it's Sand Shinobi's one tail. Now Konoha has captured it and imprisoned it, but recently Konoha is discussing the return of the tail beast and asking for a reward. Specific information, my spores have not responded yet. As soon as the words were finished, the eyes of Yin Duoshao's organization members all fell on Shie and Itachi. Sand Shinobi, Konoha, is the hometown of these two. Scorpion and Itachi looked at Pain together. Pain didn't respond. Aside from that, the 6 tails Jinchuriki of Zero Hidden has defected. The above are the positions of all tailed beasts. After absolutely speaking, he was silent. Pain glanced at all the members. Finally, the eyes first fell on Deidara and Scorpion. Your mission to hunt down Orochimaru is temporarily cancelled. Wait for the negotiation between Konoha and Sand Shinobi to be concluded. Bring one-tailed Jinchuriki back first. There is your hometown, legs. Don't fail again. The pursuit of Orochimaru has been going on for many years. During this period, Scorpion's partners died and died, becoming his puppets one after another. But Orochimaru was never found. I see. Scorpion readily agreed. However, I request to keep the corpse of one-tailed Jinchuriki. That must be very good material. I am very optimistic about it. Pity. The body of the fourth cage, haven't had a chance to get it back yet. If the best opportunity is missed, the power of the puppet will be greatly reduced. It's up to you. After extracting the tailed beast, you can do whatever you want with it. After Pain finished speaking, he looked at Itachi and Kisame again. Let the hunt for Orochimaru be left to you two. Itachi. Orochimaru is not your opponent, try to be as fast as possible. Our plan is about to start, we cannot let this traitor delay our plan. For Orochimaru, Pain is unbearably disgusted. That was the first traitor in the history of Shao organization. He has escaped several times of pursuit, and he still has a lot of information about the Akatsuki organization. I need the exact location of Orochimaru, Itachi said lightly. It's not that hard to kill Orochimaru, but it's not that easy to find him. The ghost shark next to him immediately looked at Shie. Yeah. In this regard, Mr. Scorpion is really good. I find Orochimaru every time, but make Orochimaru run away every time. How strange. Ghost Shark started doing things again. But this time, before the Scorpion could open his mouth, Deidara couldn't bear it first. Last time we broke up his skills and even blew up his base. Who knew this guy could run so well? Talk like you can. Scorpion also let out a cold snort. Since you are so sure, then later, at the price of your body, come and beg me to exchange information. After all, if Uchiha Itachi could have killed Orochimaru in the first place, this mission wouldn't have taken so long. Itachi was silent. Kisame also laughed strangely. Pain looked at Scorpion. It seems that Scorpion is absolutely unwilling to cooperate and help Itachi. So Pain looked at Ju. His location has been kept secret, and there are decoys left in many bases. It is indeed difficult to find. Never said. Scorpion was able to find Orochimaru, it should have its own spies beside Orochimaru. Why? But. Scorpion paused as he spoke, but looked at Itachi. Some time ago, Orochimaru seemed to appear near Mist Shinobi once, and the target seemed to be the country of the vortex. 2. You might as well try your luck. Scorpion frowned upon hearing this. Deidara even quietly moved closer to Scorpion. Brother Scorpion. How did he know? In this ninja world, there is nothing that guy doesn't know, kid. Scorpion responded lightly. Kisame laughed strangely one after another. It seems that we don't need to exchange information with our bodies, Mr. Scorpion. By the way, can you please leave Orochimaru's body to the two of you? Kisami's tone was full of sarcasm, and he didn't forget to look at Kakuzu after speaking. Orochimaru's heart seems to be quite good. Mr. Kakuzu, are you interested? I can reward you with one. I'm more interested in your heart. Kakuzu snorted coldly. Kakuzu and Hidan, you go to Mist Shinobi and check on the resurrection of Three Tails. Pain ordered. Kakuzu is now short of a water attribute heart, and it is just right to go to Mist Shinobi. And at this time, Abi raised his hand. What about me? My lord, where am I going? Hooligan. On the surface, he is Akatsuki's intern. In fact, it is White Zetsu Hobby who controls Obito's body. Nagato Konan and Itachi only know this, the guy calls himself Uchiha Madara. Itachi knew this man's ambition. Back then, he made up his mind to aim the long knife at the entire clan, and this person was behind him a lot. Nagato also knew that this person was not simple. Although Yahiko was reminded that the negotiations with Hanzo were fraudulent. But Nagato has been guarding against this guy so far. This guy calls himself Uchiha Madara, and seems to know everything about the ninja world. Even how to use Rinnegan, this guy taught him. Nagato is not stupid. Although I don't know the purpose of this person. But Nagato knew that this person must be trying to use him. And the elusive way of traveling. A guy who knows all the secrets of Shao organization. A guy who knows all the secrets of Pain. A guy who can appear beside him without anyone noticing. Nagato, it's impossible to give your back to this guy who calls himself Uchiha Madara. The moment Afei spoke, the rest of the Akatsuki members didn't respond. Kisame, Itachi, and Pain looked at him together. Obito, but also Kisami's boss. In Obito's plan, he hoped that the entire Akatsuki organization, except for Nagato, would be under his control. But for now, that's about it. You follow Itachi and Kisame to clean up Orochimaru. Pain only thought for a moment and said indifferently. This person is very strange. But the attribute of elusiveness is similar to that of Orochimaru. Ferret and Orochimaru have opposite attributes. Itachi's strength is also higher than that of Orochimaru. If not, Orochimaru would not have defected. Originally, the task of hunting down Orochimaru should have fallen on Itachi. But Nagato has never trusted this rebellious ninja from Konoha. This person's purpose is not pure. It's the same thing as Uchiha Madara. But now the situation is getting tense. Nagato, for the time being, doesn't care about that much anymore. If nothing else, the Fourth Ninja World War is about to begin. He wanted to collect as many tailed beasts as possible into Shao's organization before the big battle. Let the ninja world experience the pain, so that they dare not start war again. This is what gods should do. Huh? Do you want me to follow Senior Itachi? His eyes are always so scary. Afei pretended to be exaggerated and said. Kisame and Itachi frowned at the same time. Unexpectedly, the leader of Shao organization would make such a decision. But neither of them said anything. After Pain finished speaking, the slide meeting ended. Everyone disappeared immediately. Pain completed the task and did not return to the dormant cabin. Instead, he came to the tower. Nagato also sat firmly on the console, controlling Tiandao Pain and standing beside him. And Conan is also standing beside Nagato. Nagato narrowed his eyes and seemed to be recuperating after closing the curtain. Pain next to him was as indifferent as ever. But Conan beside Nagato has an extremely serious expression. Really. It doesn't take a moment. Here we come, Conan said coldly. Nagato also opened his eyes slightly. And just in front of the three of them, a space Uzumaki opened quietly. Obito, wearing the Uzumaki mask, steps out of it. When he raised his eyes, Obito saw three figures looking at him coldly. Long time no see, everyone. Cool voice. Standing in front of the three is no longer Hobby, but Obito, who calls himself Uchiha Madara. What is it? Nagato asked in a deep voice, not concealing the meaning of sparse selection. Nine Tails Jinchuriki has left Konoha, you know. Obito gets right to the point. He has not been fighting alone these years. Black Zetsu is the consciousness of Uchiha Madara, and together with White Zetsu's avatar, they monitor Nagato and monitor the entire Akatsuki organization. He also walks in the entire ninja world. Oh? Nagato is rational. While distrustful of this Uchiha Madara, it's not entirely hostile either. Just use each other. They have reached the country of Chuan. Obito continued. At the same time, the eyes are also playful. This is the information discovered by the clone of White Zetsu hidden in Konoha. But he didn't let Ju speak out, but chose to speak in person. Gaining trust is secondary. Crucially, he is going to personally convince Nagato to capture Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Fifth Hokage succeeded and handed over the task of notifying other small countries to Nine Tails Jinchuriki. There are also two Chunin. Jiraiya, who didn't keep up. If it is changed to be before. Obito did not intend to capture Nine Tails Jinchuriki so soon. The 8-sign seal is one aspect, and Konoha's guard is no joke. Bart. The teacher regained consciousness. Killed Danzo with his own hands, and pulled third Hokage down. Obito has a hunch. Next, it's him. Is that so? Nagato narrowed his eyes again. He believed what Uchiha Madara said. But deeply suspicious of Uchiha Madara's purpose. Since Jiraiya isn't with him, why don't you go there yourself? With your ability, won't it be easy to take down the Nine Tails Jinchuriki? To collect tail beasts, Nine Tails Jinchuriki is essential. That has to be the hardest one. Nagato has also been preparing for it. Even if Uchiha Madara doesn't speak, he will go to Konoha himself when the time comes. But Uchiha Madara pushed him to catch 9 tails himself now. Nagato had to consider whether there was any conspiracy here. You don't have to be so cautious, Pain. There was a little playfulness in Obito's eyes, and a little sarcasm. If you are not the opponent of 9 tails Jinchuriki, then I will naturally fight myself. Saying that, a space Uzumaki appeared behind Obito. Obito's figure disappeared, but his voice still echoed in the air. Their next stop is the Land of Rain. This is a gift from your door. Whether you act or not depends on your own strength. Ah. After returning to the Kamui space, Obito sneered. It's just a pawn, but it is delusional to control its own destiny. Nagato's attitude made him look down on him all the time. If he is not the one chosen by Uchiha Madara, if it weren't for his blood, he could barely borrow the power of Rinnegan. He despises such blind ninjas. Nagato refuses to capture 9 tails Jinchuriki now, Obito. Black Zetsu's sullen voice sounded. After Nagato opened the meeting, the two immediately realized that it was time for them to act. He can't help but refuse. 9 tails Jinchuriki will be delivered to the gate of the Kingdom of Rain in person. No matter how cautious he is, he won't let such a good opportunity slip away from his hands on. Obito said coldly. Black Zetsu didn't say anything. Watch one pawn complain to another. It's also very interesting. Still staring at Orochimaru at a time like this. Nagato, after all, is still too insecure. Obito continued. The hunt for Orochimaru has been going on for so many years. If Itachi had been let go earlier, it would have ended long ago. Black Zetsu gave a strange laugh. Indeed, he seems to have been guarding against Itachi all the time. But 9 tails Jinchuriki still has the consciousness of the 4th generation couple in their bodies. Obito, are you sure? Don't settle it? Black Zetsu probed. Obito regards Nagato as a chess piece and everyone as a chess piece. But in reality, Obito is the real pawn itself. This kid is too emotional. I still can't forget the fetters of the past. Uchiha Madara regards this bond as an iron chain around Obito's neck. But Black Zetsu always felt that the determination in Obito's heart was not thorough enough. Hatred is not strong enough. This kid is still too emotional. If not, he should have gotten his other eye back long ago. Finished. Ah. It's unnecessary. Obito sneered, his eyes getting colder. A teacher who can't even protect his own disciples. Forget it. So did he, and so did Lin. Obviously there is a teacher known as the fastest ninja world, who is Konoha's 4th Hokage. He couldn't even protect his disciples. Even his wife and children can't protect him. I can only leave consciousness in the body of my wife and children before my death. After so many years, I can find a sense of existence. There is no need to recognize such a teacher. By the time I got 9 tails out, we were done. The disciple of the 4th Hokage, the member of the Uchiha clan, has long since died. I am now Uchiha Madara. Obito's eyes are cold. This seems to be said to Black Zetsu, but it's more like talking to yourself. Black Zetsu saw it in the eyes. He has heard too much of this kind of self-deception. It seems that Obito still expects his teacher to recognize him. Interesting. However, the current Nagato is not necessarily the opponent of 9 tails Jinchuriki, Wong. Black Zetsu continued to provoke. If he could, he still wanted Obito to break the bond himself. Just like how Obito helped Itachi make up his mind back then. Though you told Nagato how to use those eyes. But now let Nagato face the 9 tails Jinchuriki with the couple consciousness of the 4th generation. Is it a bit too forced? Black Zetsu has been watching Nagato's mastery of power. Nagato is a certain talent. Huge chakra with unwavering will and conviction. It is somewhat similar to Uchiha Madara, no, but to other Indra reincarnations. The goal is clear and the means are unscrupulous. But Nagato is not Uchiha after all. The development of those eyes can only be limited to the power of heretics. It is already the limit to be able to control Pen 6 paths proficiently. If Uchiha Madara of the provincial period uses those eyes, then it's really a little bit reluctant. Obito snorted coldly. Besides, if the battlefield is in the Land of Rain, he will probably be afraid too. Now he claims to be the god of the Kingdom of Rain. Hee, if he doesn't help him, he probably won't dare to do it. Obito sneered sarcastically. A cunning flashed in Black Zetsu's eyes. It worked. Obito was always so easy to deceive. At the current speed of the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, they will be able to leave the country of Sichuan and go to the country of Rain in a maximum of 3 days. If you want to follow Itachi and Kisame to the Uzumaki country. I'm afraid it's too late, Wong. 3 days. Itachi and Kisame may not be able to reach the country of Uzumaki. This time and again, I am afraid that everything will be delayed. Fortunately, Itachi and Kisame are both Obito's people. Then let the two of them leave later. But this guy Uchiha Itachi still needs to be tapped. Obito took off the mask and studied it carefully. These two people are also pawns, but Uchiha Itachi seems to be on the verge of losing control. In Obito's plan, Uchiha Itachi was supposed to check and balance Nagato's existence. A pair of Rinagons that can't reach their full potential, and a pair of Mangekyo from Uchiha's orthodox bloodline. Which one is stronger and which one is weaker is really not certain. But Itachi, this guy. Obviously, it is not controlled by him and has its own ideas. Killing Three Tails Jinchuriki directly extended the pace of Three Tails' resurrection. He also helped Akatsuki organize and recruited 2 more members outside his control. Most critical. Obito suddenly found out over the years. My control over Uchiha Itachi is becoming more and more unsatisfactory. He is no longer the boy who is entangled in the village and the tribe. Itachi now. Mangekyo, the body, has grown to an excellent condition. Obito found out. I can no longer control this chess piece 100%. Whether it is thought or strength. After all, they are orthodox Uchiha people, and they always have their own ideas. Black Zetsu arched the fire at the right time. Obito's eyes suddenly turned cold. Shall we continue to wait, Itachi-san? Kisame asked while sitting beside a small river on the outskirts of the country of Rain. He likes the weather in the land of Rain very much. It's a bit like my hometown, but it's more comfortable than my hometown. Yes. Who can not miss the taste of hometown? Although he is now an S-rank rebel, before defecting, Kisame loved the village deeply. Only. Kisame has no regrets about defecting from Mist Shinobi. Although I'm an intern, it's something the leader asks us to do. Just wait a little longer. Itachi said without raising his head. Ghost Shark blinked, but said nothing. There are still some smiles between him and Itachi-san. Mr. Madara is one of them. When he defected, it was the 4th Mizukage of Mist Shinobi who appeared before him. One controlled by the Sharingan illusion, 4th Mizukage. Ghost Shark smiled softly. At that time, he was ready to die. Killing a companion, killing a boss, is a capital offense in any village. When 4th Mizukage appeared in front of him, Kisame was ready to give up. Until. Behind 4th Mizukage, another figure appeared. Uchiha Madara. Everything is so ironic. The world is really false. Even his previous beliefs were just puppets of others. So what else is real? Kisame doesn't know, so he willingly becomes Uchiha Madara's subordinate. B. Kisame found out. Mr. Itachi sitting next to him. He seems to have his own views on this world, this false world. Speaking of which, isn't Itachi-san going to inform the Nine Tails brat? Or, are you going to take Brother Sasuke directly to your side? That would be a good idea. Kisami's tone was playful. But what he said was sincere. In Itachi's distinguished heavenly gods, in addition to destroying the Akatsuki organization, protecting Sasuke is also one of the contents. I have not decided yet. Itachi was outspoken. This world should have its own rules of operation. Each event is like a vortex, and should not interfere with each other. But now, these vortexes seem to be merging together. If according to the past, Sasuke, naturally, the farther away from himself the better. But now, Itachi is really not sure whether it is dangerous to be around him, or it is more dangerous to be away from him. Kisame raised an eyebrow. Things that can make Itachi-sana inaccurate are really rare. But I will stand on Itachi-san's side, please rest assured. The world is false, but Itachi-san is real. In other words, Itachi-san puts a layer of false camouflage on his body, so everything outside is real to him. Fight falsehood with falsehood. the answer I got. Maybe it's also a truth. A little hesitation flashed in Kisami's eyes. Uchiha Madara asked him to monitor Itachi-san. But now he and Itachi-san seem to be on the same boat. Thank you. Kisame is weak. Itachi turned his head to the side and said something lightly. Kisame was about to say something, but found that not far away, a figure was looking at him. It seems that our interns can be counted, Kisame said in a playful tone. But secretly glanced at Itachi's reaction. If he can find people, Weasel-san can also find them. It seems that even the thank you just now was false. It's really sad. Ah Fei ran all the way over and stood still in front of the two of them. Oh my goodness. My location is a bit far from here, so the two seniors have to wait. Ah Fei pretended to be panting and said. Itachi looked up at Obito. Now that you're here, let's go. Come back as soon as possible, I still need to rest. Itachi was about to stand up, but Kisame waved his hand. Sorry, I have a stomach problem, please wait a moment. After Kisame finished speaking, she left in a blink of an eye. Itachi frowned. Obito frowned behind the mask too. Stomachache, leave. What a lame excuse. Kisame was creating a space for the two of them to be alone. But it was also sending a signal to Itachi. He knew the relationship between the two of them. Not as good as that. He also has a certain relationship with Uchiha Madara. Obito's expression suddenly turned cold. I see. Kisame, is this chess piece starting to loosen? Don't go to the country of Vortex for now, Itachi. After Kisame left, Obito immediately took control from Ah Fei. Why? Itachi didn't answer directly, but asked the so-called Uchiha Madara. Helping the Akatsuki organization clean up the traitors and capture the tailed beast. Isn't that also your purpose? Itachi's tone was a little cold. He also saw the stele of Uchiha Nanga Shrine. Father also saw it. The Uchiha Madara in front of me must have seen it too. Itachi Rebel escaped from Konoha, not so much to monitor the Akatsuki organization, but to monitor this man who once controlled 9 tails and destroyed Konoha. It's just that the current Akatsuki organization and Uchiha Madara are strictly speaking one. You seem to be questioning me, Uchiha Itachi. I'm curious. If you see me as a threat, are you ready to deal with the threat? The voice just fell. Almost at the same time. In the eyes of both of them, the bloody red Sangao jade was shining. You're trying to find loyalty in a traitor. Itachi silently pulled the clothes from inside the burqa with 2 fingers. This in itself is your problem. Obito's eyebrows tightened. Both are Uchiha, both have Sharingan. Itachi has started mobilizing chakra. It seems. It's because he hasn't used his strength for too long. So much so that every piece of chess began to loosen. I thought you opened those eyes. Maybe you could see the essence of this world a little bit. It's just that I think highly of you. The 3-pointed jade in Obito's eyes gradually switched to Mangekyo. Itachi did not directly activate Mangekyo. With a shuriken, he responded to Uchiha Madara, in front of him. Yo. Fighting. Kisame hid under the water, silently watching the two sides who were fighting. Mostly tentative. Itachi's shuriken has no effect on Uchiha Madara. It just passed through, as if hitting a group of afterimages. The same goes for Itachi's fire style. Uchiha Madara seems to be a false existence. Itachi's attack is useless to him. But Itachi didn't panic in the slightest. After just testing with fire style once, he opened the distance and continued to attack with shuriken. Even though I know it's futile. Every shot of the shuriken was ineffective against Uchiha Madara, going straight through his body. But Itachi, as if turning a blind eye, maintained an aggressive posture. Useless. Your attack has no effect on me. Obito stood motionless, his tone indifferent, his eyes playful. Just like your ridiculous plan. Uchiha Itachi, don't you feel like you can control everything? As Obito said, he even spread his hands, giving up the attack completely. Come on. Try it, use your Amaterasu, use your Mangekyo. I will prove to you that. In the face of real strength, any plan is useless. Obito never showed his true strength in front of Itachi. It's the same for Itachi, it's the same for Nagato, and it's the same for Wei. The last time I fought with all my strength was in Konoha. While controlling the 9 tails to kill all directions, he is still fighting against the 4th generation. Lost. But only lost one trick. Now, he has settled for more than 10 years. Whether it is the duration of Kamui, or the use of wood style, the control of the body. All of them have reached their peak. Obito is confident of taking Uchiha Itachi. But he doesn't want to do that. To keep the mystery and make Uchiha Itachi bow his head, that's his purpose. Control a person. Often it doesn't take much force. It is enough to grasp the weakness in his heart. Is it? Itachi remained calm. I was also counting the time in my heart. Every phenomenon has a reasonable explanation. Any ninjutsu, any ninja, has its own weaknesses. This was the last truth my father taught him the night before his death. No matter how powerful a ninja is, his body is still fragile. One knife. That incomparably powerful father fell into a pool of blood. Itachi himself is clearly aware of his father's strength. He started Mangekyo early on. Hidden for so many years, pupil power is above him. But father's weakness is too fatal. Love for 2 sons. The expectation for him, the expectation for Sasuke, is the most fatal weakness of the father. The Uchiha Madara before him is mysterious and powerful. But Itachi didn't feel that he was invincible. It's just that I haven't found his weakness yet. I once thought that when you pointed the butcher knife at the whole family, you saw the truth of the world clearly. I thought you had completed your transformation, Itachi. Obito's voice gradually became colder, and he walked towards Itachi step by step. But you let me down over and over again. Do you really think that I will have nothing to do with you, Itachi? Obito seemed calm. In fact, he did not take Itachi seriously. Itachi's attack frequency is not high. Obviously, the cognition of his ability is not complete yet. But he is very clear about Itachi's ability. Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi. Just dodge when he activates Amaterasu. As for Tsukuyomi, it's not impossible. Even if Izanagi is used, he still has to teach Itachi enough lessons today. A Nagato already made him very unhappy. Now Kisame is not very peaceful, and Itachi even dared to attack him directly. Obito, you have to re-establish your majesty. Your so-called invincibility is just a kind of ninjutsu. Itachi said in a flat tone. A guy who can only avoid attacks is also worthy of saying that he can see the truth of the world? It's useless to deceive yourself. Uchiha Madara has never been attacked since its inception. His pupil technique kept closing and stopping. Obviously, Uchiha Madara, the so-called invincible technique, will only be activated when an attack occurs. A ninjutsu that can ignore attacks. A lot of guesses flashed through Itachi's mind. Since it needs to be turned on and off constantly. That means that the time to activate this pupil technique is limited. Itachi probably understood something, but it never switched to Mangekyo. He never held out any hope that he could kill Uchiha Madara anytime soon. If you have enough information. Self-deception? Obito sneered. Are you talking about your poor brother? Why? After the 2 high-level officials of Konoha died, you are going to take off your disguise and return to Konoha to continue being a hero? Oh. Look at yourself, Itachi. It's you who deceives yourself. Obito suddenly came in front of Itachi, reached out and grabbed Itachi's collar. Itachi frowned, and while retreating, formed mudras with both hands to mobilize chakra. Fire style. Obito did not pursue and waited for Itachi to attack. B. Itachi didn't make any move. Chakra did mobilize. But it was for Mangekyo of Uchiha Madara, really. Under the gaze of Itachi's Sanguyu, Uchiha Madara's pupil power was mobilized. There is no real attack, but the pupil technique was mobilized. That is to say, when he attacked, had he already closed the pupil technique? Turning on and off is controlled by him, not a passive ability. Is it like this? Itachi's eyes switched to Mangekyo. The previous 3-hook jade, just to paralyze Uchiha Madara. It is convenient to get more information. He lied about being injured. Lied about needing to recuperate. Isn't it just for this moment? You bastard. I didn't see Itachi's fire style coming, so I understood something. It seems that you have made up your mind to fight me today. In Obito's hand, a black stick appeared. Then you have the awareness. Once you fail, your younger brother will have to take over from you. Uchiha Itachi.